So, welcome back to another episode, and I'm here with Behrudy, a good friend of mine in the Street Fighter community in Vancouver, and we met at a game deals party
4 years ago. It's scary.
Yeah, and Behrudy helped out on the movie when I was working on that so many years ago, but the thing is there's something interesting here is that I'm an old school Street Fighter 2 fan. I grew up with it. And Behrudy is more of a new school Street Fighter fan. That kind of, I'd say that your main Street Fighter is probably Street Fighter 4.
For sure, yes, absolutely.
And Behrudy probably won't want me saying this, but I'm going to say it anyways. He's probably one of the best Street Fighter 4 players in Vancouver that I have ever seen. His Dudley is fucking deadly. It is crazy. And you've also done a lot of work for EVO, a lot of stuff like commentaries and stuff like that.
Not for EVO. I was actually offered to do commentary for this EVO. I sadly missed out on a lot of opportunity, but I did a lot of commentary for Canada Cup, mainly Canada Cup, a lot of like locals here, and quite a few tournaments. So I was very, very blessed to have been offered to commentate for EVO. Couldn't go this year, but next year I'm there for Street Fighter 5. You're gonna come with me, John.
I'm gonna come. I'm gonna try to get up my game, and that's what we were talking about. And that's why we wanted to do this episode, like make it like a Street Fighter chat. Is that I'm kind of the old school Street Fighter guy, and Behrudy has all the technical knowledge of number 4. I moved on to number 4, and I'm pretty good at number 4. But what happened? We should just go back to the beginning. Let's start at the very beginning. When did you get into Street Fighter? Like, what was the first kind of game?
Okay, so I grew up in Russia, right? And in Russia, everyone in my neighborhood was all about Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat was the game. You know, there were very few amount of people playing Street Fighter, but I was far too young.
We're talking about Mortal Kombat the original?
I'm talking about Mortal Kombat the original.
Geez, oh, wow.
So Mortal Kombat the original, and I think MK2 was even like somewhat out around that time.
Yeah.
But very few people were playing Street Fighter. And the thing with Mortal Kombat was, you know, as a kid, I was far too young to understand the Zen-like moments, the Zen movement, and the spacing and you know, like, to really appreciate that as a kid. You know, I would just look at what's on the screen, and you know, Mortal Kombat had far more of a better gimmick to it. It had the blood, the gore, the fatalities. I didn't care about spacing, and you know, like, really, you know, small little intricacies in Street Fighter and what makes it such a fantastic game. You know, it's so hard to compete with that. But, you know, eventually when I came to Canada, my brother got a Japanese Sega Saturn. Yeah. And that's when I played the Alpha series.
Oh, is that how you learned? Oh, really? So you learned kind of on the Alpha series?
I learned on the Alpha series, yes. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was not great. My brother used to kick my ass like crazy with his Akuma. I played the Japanese copy, so it was Goki for me. Yeah. And Bison was Vega. I'm so used to the Japanese names.
Me too, as well. It's so funny because, like, Street Fighter 2 is a very basic game in its core. It's very, very simple. We were talking about it earlier. Combos, I remember the most technical thing you did in Street Fighter 2 was like a small punch into a medium, low kick into a fireball combo. I do that with Ken, and I felt like amazing. Or I do the same combo and end with a shuriken at the end. But then Alpha happened, and then they started adding all these other things. And this is where
having meter and
me and Rob learned on that one. And to be honest, at the time though, you were probably only playing with your brothers.
I was. I was not good at all. I was playing like Rolento and like Armika and Alpha 3. But
no, it's funny because at that time, I gotta say as well to the audience is that I was playing Alpha 2, but really I was only playing against Rob.
Yeah.
Pretty much because there was no online at that time. There was no internet. So I was training Rob to become good, to give me some, you know, a bit of a challenge. And he did pretty good over the years. He did pretty good, but I could never measure if I was really that good in Alpha 2 because I never played against any incredible players. I did in Street Fighter 2. I knew I was excellent in Street Fighter 2. I can say that. Yeah. But in Alpha 2, it started getting a little bit misty.
Yeah, and that's when the console era started coming out and arcades were really kind of on the downfall.
Yeah,
so it was hard to have, like, you know, a lot of people were at home playing their PlayStation or their N64s at the time.
So you were doing the Alpha, you cut your teeth on that, and then where'd you go from there?
From there, I was like, that was kind of it for me, right? Because, I mean, the Street Fighter series, my friends were playing Third Strike at the time. Yeah. I didn't really get into that at all. But
were they playing on the Dreamcast? Yeah.
They were playing on the Dreamcast, And some of them, you know, grew up playing it on the arcades. Yeah. But then that was kind of it for me. Yeah. And Street Fighter 4 comes out, even the original Street Fighter 4 version, people call it the vanilla
version, the very first version. Yeah.
And I didn't even get into that. I was like, this game is, I don't know if I'm feeling this game, to be honest.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, and I feel like a lot of players are with me with this. The people who even love Street Fighter now, like vanilla was kind of like, everyone was using Sagat.
Yeah.
There's like all this broken, like it felt really broken because nobody really understood the game at the time.
Yeah.
But when Super came out, I was like, okay, I really like this game. I love the cast that they added. I fell in love with like Dudley and Makoto and some of the characters, and that was really it. That was the start for me.
And then look at fucking Ultra Street Fighter now. Like, I mean, it's like, I was watching EVO, and we're going to talk about some EVO moments too, because they're so fun. But I went to play Ultra Street Fighter after watching EVO the other night. I felt inspired.
Everyone did. To be honest, it's not even you. Even my friends were calling me up, and they were telling me, like, I don't even play Street Fighter, but damn, like, watching EVO, like, some of my friends started going to the training mode.
Yeah.
It's inspirational.
It's just, there's so many characters. I mean, and that's why I want to bring Behrudy on, because it's so fascinating. Me being so old school, and I mean, like, the level that it's gone to now is incredible. I cannot believe it, and that's what we should talk about, some EVO moments, some funny EVO moments, and you can fill me in on some of the details of this. One of the matches that I saw that I thought was so funny was the guy who, they're playing Guilty Gear. No, it wasn't Guilty Gear. They're playing Street Fighter, and he takes his shirt off while they're playing, and he puts it around the other guy.
It's Punko the Machine.
Yeah.
Is a Korean player. He's known for playing Seth.
Yeah.
You guys can YouTube all these matches. Very easy to access, but. Yeah, he's pretty much taunting him because Punko is a Korean player who's known for whenever he's angry and he wants to win, he takes off his shirt. He takes off his shirt, and he's just the way he looks. He looks like, he's just
an average guy. Yeah, he's not like flexing some amazing muscles. He's just an average guy playing Street Fighter.
He's hilarious, but you love him so much for that. He's known for like in EVO 2011 where he would like sip Red Bull, and he actually perfected Daigo and knocked him out of the tournament.
What?
And EVO 2011, I believe it was, when Arcade Edition first came out.
For doing these Red Bull shots?
Well, I mean, he was. People call him Punko the Machine, and he's just known for just going nuts because his character Seth is so momentum heavy.
Yeah.
So that character is known for getting the most amount of perfects because all he needs is one knockdown, and it's just a guessing game from there.
Fuck.
So he knocked out Daigo. Daigo was playing Yun at the time, so people weren't really rooting for Daigo because he picked Yun, who was like the most broken character in the original AE version before the patches.
Did he take his shirt? He didn't take his shirt off then.
He didn't. I don't think he took his shirt off then. No, but
he should do a shot of Red Bull, take his shirt off, and then rock it. But
it's become a thing now. Like, everyone knows he's gonna take off his shirt when he's angry.
So I guess there's other players playing against him, and like takes his takes his shirt off before him and puts it around him.
Totally taunting him. He was taunting him. He was doing the Punko on Punko.
Yeah.
And what he wanted was for Punko to take off his shirt.
Yeah.
And he ended up doing it.
And then he ended up winning. He ended up beating him anyways, which is awesome. And then the other highlight, and tell me some of your highlight moments as well, is that the other highlight moment was, and an embarrassing highlight moment. It's really, oh my god, I can believe this.
I know what
playing Guilty Gear, and the guy, I don't know his name. What was his name? Do you know?
I don't know his name. Yeah, I'm not too into the Guilty Gear series.
but he thinks he's won. He thinks it's the last round, and he stands up and he's like, walks into the crowd. He's like, yes. But there was still another round to go. So the other player just fucking whips his ass and fucking wins. And it was heartbreakingly embarrassing. It's very hard to watch.
You know what makes that even worse, Johnny, is that he was on ESPN. He was on like Fox Sports. Like this became very global.
Did it really?
It was on ESPN. Yes, it was all over the place.
Oh my god.
And it was sad, man. Like it's funny because the Eddie player just took full advantage of this.
And absolutely rightly so.
He
the guy's there taunting him. But I win. It's like, no, you get another round, buddy.
You guys watched that video, and the combo he did was like an 80 to 90% combo. Like, he maximized the most amount of damage he could have while he was up. It was incredible. Must have been like 90% in like a matter of 5 or 6 seconds.
Yeah, that was very. So that made it onto television. That's so funny. EVO has become such a big thing, and even Kim was watching in the other room, and I said, "Look at EVO now," and she's like, holy shit, there's a lot of people there. I'm like, this is a huge sporting event. This is a real event. Something to be taken really seriously now.
Yeah.
And just a level of players, wow.
It's crazy how much it's grown. I mean, it's still fighting games as a whole. I still feel like the hardcore community still is in somewhat of a niche. It's really getting out of that bubble now slowly.
Yeah.
But EVO is what inspires people and brings it to the masses.
It's wonderful, yeah.
One discussion we were having on Twitter was, after EVO, all the top players obviously take a little bit of a break. but all the new blood get inspired. Like the new player.
Yeah,
that's where they get
right.
inspired. So it's just a really cool time after EVO, you know, where people are like, fuck yeah, I'm ready for Street Fighter.
Everybody's training.
Yeah.
They're in their room secretly at night and stuff like that. It's awesome. What was another highlight moment for you of EVO?
I just think that whole top 8 and the gamer B versus Momochi final.
Holy shit, that was crazy.
That was insane. That was insane.
His Elena was godlike. I mean, he kept on healing himself. I mean, he was just clawing. He just kept in there. Just when you think he's done, he heals himself and comes back. Oh my god, crazy.
It was insane. I mean, Seth Killian was saying on commentary how he had no remorse, he had no shame, and just like going full screen and using that heal to get the life, because they were playing, throughout that set, they were just playing Street Fighter. They were playing footsies, they were using their normals. It was something to watch. That set, I think, ran for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Because Gamer B reset the bracket, and then it went to the second game, and then the controller.
Oh yeah, that was the controversial thing. Okay, so what I want to know about that, did the controller just didn't get unplugged, it stopped working. There was a technical problem with the controller.
Yes, it was. Yeah, I think the chip inside the stick just stopped working. Fuck. And
that broke the momentum. And you know, yeah, it's heartbreaking.
And how bad does that look for the sponsor too? Because he's sponsored by Razer. And a Mad Cat stick had to come in and take it, so it didn't look very good.
And he won though. He won.
He did.
And that, I mean, I don't know every single player like yourself, but oh my god, I was moved at the end of it. I was like, I really wanted Gamer B to win because like from everything I'd heard, he'd worked so hard to get there. He's always come in second every single time, and this time he put in such a monumental effort. And he didn't get it, and it was heartbreaking.
That's why there was a Gamer B chant by the end.
Yeah,
of it. It was really heartbreaking because he was thinking about retiring. You know, he's got a wife and everything. You know, there's only so long that you can do it for, and it sucked to just see him come second again. It would have been so great because I think he's come top 8 every single EVO since 2010.
So, like, okay, here's for some people who don't know: when you enter the competition, how many people do you have to play to get into the top 8? Like, how does that work out?
I'm actually not sure about the number, but I know that because there's a winners and a losers bracket, right?
Yeah,
so you have 2 chances before you get eliminated. But let's say your first round is up against like Daigo or something, and you go into losers bracket right away.
Yeah.
The amount of matches you need to play to get to like the top 8 is insanely more than if you're just making your way up the winners bracket.
Right.
So if you go down to losers bracket like in the beginning, it is a long way up.
It's a whole other beast, right?
Is,
yeah, I can understand that.
For sure. So I'm not exactly sure the amount of matches. I think EVO this year had 2,000 to 3,000 competitors.
I thought it was like 2,000, yeah.
Somewhere around there. Very, very high amount, so it was insane.
It's funny, so the Street Fighter 5 beta comes out tomorrow, and we wanted to do this as a precursor to that. So tomorrow we're going to play Street Fighter 5, the beta, and you can't use your fight sticks on it. The PS3 fight sticks won't, sadly won't, they're not compatible at this time. And I was really bummed out, no Ken.
Yes, I know. You know what? I didn't want to tell you the news. I kind of found that out a little early.
I know. That's the only reason. I'm like, what? There's no Ken? I'm like, oh, okay. So which characters are available? Ryu and...
The deal is tomorrow, I believe 4 of the characters are available.
2 more on Saturday.
And then there's 2 more on Friday or Saturday?
I think it's Saturday.
Is it Saturday?
I think so. Yeah.
So it's a little bit after.
So look forward to our Street Fighter 5 beta episode tomorrow. We're just gonna play it. We're gonna play against other people online.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the old school way. Behrudy, who can play the new technical Street Fighter way, and all that kind of stuff. And we'll see how we do. So, anyways, guys, until next time.